In the circle.
The first of 12 homes is now under construction by the Housing Development Alliance in Perry County. Who will receive those homes coming up? And Rand Paul made a stop in Paintsville today, what the senator was doing in the area.
Dedicated to Eastern and Southern Kentucky, this is WYMT Mountain News at 6.
Good evening, I'm Keaton Hall. Before we get too far into your 6 o'clock news, we have a missing person to tell you about. Take a look at your screen. This is Charles Pryor. He's 58 years old and is missing from Whitley County. Officers with the Williamsburg Police Department say he was last seen at the Whitley County Detention Center. He was last seen wearing a gray shirt, green jacket, blue jeans, and no shoes. Police have reason to believe he's maybe headed towards Stearns. If you have any information about where Charles may be, you're asked to contact Whitley County 911 at 606-549-6017 or call 911. In the past, we've shared several stories from the Housing Development Alliance and the work that they do. But now the organization is beginning a project to help those impacted by the historic flood. WYMT's Alyssa Williams was there at the building site for the first home in this flood relief project.
Aiming to provide a home and a sense of hope to those impacted by the flood.
We're one of the very few affordable housing providers in the state of Kentucky, especially out in East Kentucky. And so what we want to do is just give people that hope that they need.
The Housing Development Alliance has just began building the first home out of the 12 they plan to build for flood survivors across Perry, Knott, and Breathitt counties.
It makes us feel like we're doing something that's going to really be here for the long haul, be here for the future, give these people a chance. You know, a lot of them have lost everything.
HDA relies on the support of donors to make these projects happen, and thanks to organizations like the Federation of Appalachian Housing Enterprises, or FAHE, HDA was able to build the first home.
Without the kindness of strangers, this wouldn't be possible. So we're glad to show them that, you know, we get the money and then we put it to work and you can see the results.
For HDA carpenter Susan Adams, who received a home from the organization before she became an employee, she says projects like this are the most rewarding.
Because it's like a dream come true for me, because I always want to help people and to make their dreams come true like mine did.
Helping to build houses that will eventually become homes for those who lost everything. In Hazard, Alyssa Williams, WYMT Mountain News.
Those with HDA say although there's no definite timeline for when all the houses will be completed, they're working as fast as they can to get people into homes, especially since winter is quickly approaching. The deadline to register for FEMA is quickly approaching as well. It's only 10 days away. For a full list of the disaster recovery centers still open, visit our website at WYMT.com. FEMA assistance can cover rental assistance, temporary housing, home repairs, personal property losses, and other disaster-related needs not covered by insurance. Apple Red Legal Aid is hosting a disaster legal assistance Q&A. Attorneys will be at the Knott County Sportsplex on Thursday, October 20th. That's this Thursday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. to help answer flood survivors' questions about FEMA appeals. Attorney Whitney Bailey says Apple Red wants to continue helping people get the monetary outcome they need and deserve because they know it's working.
I was actually so excited to get a call last week. Somebody called me about looking in their bank account that morning and they had $35,800 sitting there from FEMA. So what we're doing is working. We're seeing some progress.
She says the most important information to have on hand is all your documentation from FEMA and any other documents you think could be needed as well. First the flood, now the cold. People are already displaced and trying to rebuild after July's historic flood. Now they're facing a new obstacle, the cold. Like many, Ray Baker's new home is a travel trailer at the Mine Made Adventure Park campground. He describes the trailer as cramped compared to the 3-bed, 2-bath home he was in before. He said his previous home even had a fireplace. Despite the electric heat source in the trailer, he says he's noticed a difference.
Yeah, it's electric heat, yeah. It's a whole lot colder, you know what I'm saying? See, that fireplace was really good. Boy, I was looking forward to that this winter, too.
Like many others, Baker said he does not know when he'll make another house a home. There are many organizations in our region working to serve others. One church pastor in Hazard says they saw a need many years ago, and it's continued to grow. WYMT's Olivia Calfee can tell you more.
The New Hope Church Food Pantry ensures food is on the table each week for Perry County locals. And Pastor John Kidwell says the ministry has grown.
It went from a fairly small operation to what you see here today, which is, quite involved and quite busy as far as the number of people needed.
Working with organizations like God's Pantry and Walmart, he says it is an everyday job. But ensuring people in the community receive a box each Tuesday to feed their families makes it all worth it.
Each day of the week we have a pickup of excess food products that is from Walmart through God's Pantry and Feeding America. It's an association of all three of those entities.
The boxes are filled with a variety of items from fresh produce to canned goods and dairy products. One volunteer says he has been helping for years, and the relationships he has built is one of his favorite parts.
Well, we have a lot of camaraderie with the folks that are here. We're all brothers and sisters, and we really are. And so we enjoy that, and we laugh when everybody laughs, and we cry when they cry, And
But Kidwell says it is not always easy, and there are still a lot of needs. He says if you can't volunteer to help, donations are always needed to help pay for gas to pick up food and the electrical bill.
This building is dedicated to this ministry. There are 2 walk-in coolers, a walk-in freezer, and several other large electrical appliances, and frankly the electric bill runs nearly $1,000 a month to keep this ministry running.
Working day in and day out to bless people in the community. In Perry County, Olivia Calfee, WYMT Mountain News.
If you'd like to drop off a monetary or food donation to the New Hope Food Pantry, you can drop them off at the New Hope Church in Hazard.
Well, it remains overcast and cold throughout the mountains this evening, and that's something we'll continue to watch as we clear out tonight. We'll go even colder. Here's a look outside at our camera at the University of Virginia's College at Wise. You can see we're trying to clear out a little, but that overcast has kept us cold. 34 the current reading there in Wise, 43 at Buffalo Mountain in Perry County. Overcast with us still, with temperatures in those low 40s, a few mid 40s where the sun's tried to peek out across the western part of the area, but upper 30s as you head towards the highest elevations of far southeast Kentucky and into southwest Virginia. Feels like temperatures widespread, upper 30s and low 40s, even upper 20s. It feels like 29 degrees right now in Wise. Clouds trying to work out, but it's going to be a little while before some of those clouds begin to move out. We'll clear tonight. It'll be cold, down near 30, and even some of us falling into the upper 20s. The latest on when we could see a return to some nicer weather, that's coming up in a few minutes. Keaton?
Thank you, Evan. It's been a rough week and a half for West Knox Volunteer Fire and Rescue. Officials with the department posted on Facebook that Deputy Chief Steve Meyer died yesterday. In the somber post, officials wrote, "We have lost 2 of our firefighters in the last week and a half." There are no words. Prayers and thoughts for the Meyer family and the Hutton family and their friends. One person is dead after a school bus and truck collided around 7 o'clock this morning. Police say the vehicles were traveling along King Cole Highway near Mingo Central High School. Mingo County deputies say the truck caught fire after the crash, killing the man inside the truck. There were 7 children on board the bus when the crash happened. Deputies say all of the children were taken to the hospital with minor injuries. Kentucky State Police troopers are investigating after they say a 12-year-old shot their 4-year-old sibling. The 4-year-old died from the injuries. Troopers say the shooting happened on October 12th, and they believe it was an accident. A judge sentenced 51-year-old Ronald Steinspring of Elliott County to 100 years in federal prison. Steinspring pled guilty to several charges of sexually related conduct involving a minor. Officials with the Department of Justice say the case began when the minor knocked on a stranger's door. The child told law enforcement about the physical and sexual abuse they and 2 others had endured. Steinspring must serve 85% of his prison sentence. Stick with us. We'll be right back after this break.
WYMT News app offers alerts on breaking stories as they happen.